you saw that each of the cameras have a fiber optic cable that run to a corresponding computer that takes in the signal that they got. That signal in turn comes here. All 38 cameras wind up in a representation that we have complete control of. So what we see in the photographic environment out on the floor, we have complete control over. I won't get into the granular part because it's kind of boring, but yeah, it's still very cool that we can control the amount of light or whatever the case may be, all from sitting at this chair on all 38 cameras independently. And the object of the game for that is to provide this half of the equation with the richest, the most accurate, and the prettiest looking data with which he can use to create three-dimensional reproductions of whatever occurred out there. So if what we've done over here on this side of the room is correct, we've gone out and collected a very rich data set that allows for the construction of a three-dimensional cloud. Now, how we travel through that cloud of three-dimensional data comes up to this gentleman, and he chooses from a creative point of view how we travel through that imaginary digital space. And it's a wonderfully creative process that can be iterated many, many times based on his knowledge of the sport, his input from the producers, and his basically inherent experience. Brant, you want to show them what you do there?
Yeah, so basically what I just did is, let's say Herder's having a great game. I want to coordinate with the producer in-house, the truck, away, the home, and see if they need some footage for a Herder package. So I would just come down here. Actually, I'll restart this, and you can guys see. So this is this is the view of the camera. On the frame, I want it to pivot and do the effect. So this is a nice. So you could just go through each one of the cameras, and as a producer, you can just kind of see what makes sense. What shot do I want to start with? Well, this right here, where the action's coming towards me, this would be my setup shot, and then you want your wow shot, which is where the 360 occurs. And because I know this is a Herder three-pointer, to me the storyline is how much respect they're giving him off the line. So I would zoom in here. The basket's not part of the equation yet, so I would zoom in on that. And then you want to zoom out to show the result of the play. And this angle is good. And so you hit build clip. You see it'll take about 5 or 6 seconds. And
It'll show up on that screen above, the one that's currently colored blue. You'll see the output, what we call the output of that render. And there you go.
let's see if yep, cool.
Right? Exactly the way he composed it, right? If he doesn't like it, he can revisit it,
Yeah.
choose additional cameras.
Yeah.
He can linger on one camera longer than the other. He can change the elevation of any of the
Elevation, top to
cameras.
bottom.
He can do anything he wants within the construct of that three-dimensional space, as many times as he wants.
Dave, as well as pushing and pull out.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Tremendous.
tremendous. There you go. So
Write that down.
Appreciate it.
let me go to another.
At the moment, like you guys are building the story, how far away are we from the fan being able to do this, them select?
Where's
what they-
Richard? I'll answer that if you want me to, but I think it's probably better in your world. Go ahead.
It's a great question.
We're working towards that. We have some experiences that we launched with Man City. We did an experience in the Super Bowl last year where we took a single frame clip and then we took the point of view of 3 different players. So you could watch the video play, and then it would bring up the
Flip it
still
around.
shot, and you can
Show
zoom
us
around from
his
the still
chest
shot,
while
or
he's
you
shooting the
pick
ball,
one of
so that they can see that you can change
of
this
where they
perspective
would be.
entirely.
So that's kind of the first iteration
Okay.
of where we're starting to work with. So we're going to be
Cool.
rolling
Oh,
that
you can
experience
yeah.
out in the future. Eventually, where we're going is more of a 6-DOF experience on volumetric. So as the video is playing, you would be able to manipulate around the video. That's going to take, we're talking petabytes now. Now we're talking, what's after petabytes?
Exabytes.
Exabytes, and imzabytes, and dezabytes, and zezabytes, or whatever the bytes are. It's going to take more of that processing, and so that's where the evolution of the experience, where it's going from a single frame clip that's more produced, to then putting it into the hands of the fans to see the single frame, to then getting into video, where there's video would be produced and then video would be in the hands of the fans to do themselves. So it's